New at 5, it was more of a wet Christmas than a white Christmas for Utahns along the Wasatch Front. A string of storms in the forecast is expected to help our snowpack, but some water watchers are saying that there's a different problem on the horizon.
They say the soil is very dry right now, and a lot of the water is going to be absorbed back into the mountains and not into our reservoirs where we need it. Paul Nelson with more.
Hydrologists with the Utah Snow Survey say it is too early to panic or make predictions when it comes to the snowpack this year. There have been some very good years in the past that started off really slow. However, there have also been some terrible years that started off great. But the soil moisture levels this year do have them concerned. Utah Snow Survey Supervisor Jordan Clayton says they've been monitoring soil moisture for the past 20 years with sensors 20 inches deep into the ground. The problem is, even with the storms, the temperatures are too cold in the higher elevations, so the water would just freeze on top of the mountains and not improve the soil saturation.
We see that soil moisture right now is at about the 20th percentile, meaning that it's in the bottom, essentially 20% of observations. And that's not great. And there's some areas of the state where it's particularly dry. And so we are concerned about those areas like the Weber headwaters, the Duchesne, the Provo headwaters.
Clayton says they are worried about the dry ground acting like a sponge and soaking up a lot of the water that would otherwise go into our reservoirs when the snow melts in the spring. So he believes we will need a busier than normal winter to make up the difference caused by the dry grounds. But Clayton says there's also a little bit of good news. The reservoirs are sitting very well right now at over 71% of capacity, and that's because of good snow years in the past few years. Paul Nelson, KUTV, 2 News.